Welcome to Simply Honest Motherhood, where we laugh and we talk about anything and everything, and we are so happy you're here.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, I'm Kristi.
I'm Ashley, and we're just a couple moms that like, if you're new,
Yes,
that just like to get together and have real life conversations about real things
in the Target parking lot.
In your minivan.
In my minivan.
And that's what we do.
Because this is our super fancy soundstage.
That's what we do.
Yes, Mom.
That's what we do. This is what we do.
This is fabulous. It's great.
Yeah. So how are you?
I'm good. I'm tired.
Are you good?
I'm good. Hey, I have coffee. I have converted. For all of you who knew me.
Oh my gosh.
I was a tea drinker. Scared of coffee. I was actually scared. I was scared of regular coffee.
Why?
I don't know. But I was.
Why?
That's why I was finally like, maybe I'll take a sip. Ugh. What will it do to me?
What's it gonna do?
Well, so then I was like, okay, maybe I'll do decaf. Because I think, like, yeah, there was one time where I did try regular. I was like, fine. I was like, graduated from college, and I was going to live my
How you did college without coffee is shocking to me, first of all.
Yeah,
How you did high school without coffee is shocking to me.
I drank water. And I drew pictures on my notes, and I chewed gum.
No.
It says like tea, or whatever. But I've hit the point where decaf is for flavor.
It's decaf.
And tea, I don't know, I just started craving coffee. I like dark chocolate, and they kind of have a similar...
There's antioxidants and all kinds of stuff,
Yeah.
not to mention your body's like, all right.
I hit the point where, like, naps are like, well, we might, but we might not. And the baby's like, well, I might wake up in teeth in the middle of the night, but then I might not. You don't know. And like, I'm doing it. So I've jumped in, and I am enjoying the swim. So I'm like, honey, we need more coffee. Like, we're drinking more coffee, because now I'm regularly making it every day.
Oh, yes. No.
Like, Jonathan drank it.
See, and that's the hilarious thing to me, because I come from a whole different group of, like, mom people, like our MOPS meetings that we would have.
Yeah.
We had, now granted, the room was full of, maybe 40 people.
Yeah.
We had, the big church things of coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we had, like,
giant.
3 of them.
Uh-huh.
Because we would it was just like, okay, and another one. And another one, and everybody was doing, and that's just how, like, the mom culture I'm a part of
That's funny.
is, or like have been for so many years, is all about, like, coffee. Would you like coffee? Can I get you a coffee?
I'm getting you
Get
coffee.
you
Like,
coffee?
tea's not even mentioned.
No.
Well, especially if it's those cute little styrofoam cups that hold, like, 4
Not even.
slurps.
Yeah. Like 2 ounces of, and then that's like almost a slap in the face. Like, I'm sorry. That's stupid. I would like a real cup of coffee, please. Thank you very much. Like, come on. And yeah, and it was the little styrofoam
Yes.
cups. And then they had the massive creamers with the pumps on them.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what we did.
Oh, so good.
And that's how we lived.
Yes.
And that's how most moms I know
Well, it's so funny.
survive.
Like recently in the evenings, kids are in bed. You're like, yay, I get to hang out with my best friend that I married, my husband. And we are falling asleep. So we have started making coffee so that we can actually have chat time.
Like adult time.
Like adult time. And now I understand, older generation.
Right.
Get over after dinner, they're like, would you like coffee?
Yes.
I'm making coffee. I never understood that until now.
Well, like on Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Yeah.
And when dessert comes, like
Here
the
comes
coffee
coffee.
comes out. And I think, yeah, you totally get it now being the mom, because you're like, oh my gosh, after you've done Thanksgiving or Christmas
Or
or
you
whatever
eat
it
turkey.
is, or you eat like a big meal and all the stuff,
Yeah.
then that's what you require.
Like, you need it.
And you've been making it all magical for everybody else, and you're just like exhausted, and
You
you're
want
like,
to stop, but you can't because you're the mom.
right, so I'm just going to have coffee with my pie because I'm going to. Okay.
And I'm going to have coffee with my chatting afterwards.
Yes.
And coffee until I go.
Well, see, I don't drink. I try not to drink it past like, now if I know I'm going to be up late, I will drink it past like 2 p.m. But I typically don't drink it past like 2.
Oh, dude, I'm just like, yep, it's nap time. I'm falling asleep, reading. Okay, drink some coffee.
Oh man, no, I used to work with engineers, and the way they made their coffee was like tar. You know what I mean? And it was just like sludge. And so for a period of time in my adult life, I got used to that.
Yeah.
And then when I didn't work there anymore, that's not how I made my coffee at home.
Well, no.
And so then now I'm like back to being like kind of a blonde roast wimp, where like if you give me something that's like Colombian or like medium roast even, I'm like, it's like it's bitter to me. It is just disgusting and I can't even do it. And then the cardinal sin. Now, there are people that do this and I just can't get past it.
Okay.
Drinking black coffee.
How's that a cardinal sin?
It's so disgusting. It's so disgusting. Like just black bean water and there's no joy in it. And I'm just like, Like, I had a good friend for a while who I'd go get her coffee at Mops. I'd be like, you want creamer? And she'd go, yep, make it the color of pantyhose. Because, like, that's...
Well, and then that's what... It's like, well, what color pantyhose? You know? Do you like the nude? Do you like tan? Do you like black?
Or are we going ultra 1989 and you're going to go with, like, a white pantyhose?
No, that's like stock. What is that, tights?
Yes, that... Well, no.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's right.
Because they also would make, like, blue and crazy colors like that of pantyhose.
I remember wearing pantyhose.
Oh, I think... Well, it was a thing.
It was a thing. It's what you did.
In the 80s and in the 90s.
In a skirt.
No.
Without them.
And a slip.
Oh, yes.
There was a slip and pantyhose.
Yeah.
All the time.
And hopefully the pantyhose stayed up.
Oh, my gosh. Like... What did we used to
you in half.
Put ourselves through?
So you just like, then my aunt was like, hey, I do this thing where I like snip the waist.
The waistband so that it's
in several places so you don't die while you're wearing it.
I just look back and I'm like, what did we do?
I have no idea.
And then I look at like, because you and I are products of the 80s, like some of the stuff our mothers wore with the slips and the pantyhose and the heels. And then, like, the layers of blouses and, like, the layer under the blouse and then the blouse and then, like, the shoulder-padded blazer.
Oh, the blousery.
And
made a word.
Blousery. It's a blousery, yes.
Yeah.
And then, like, the coat on top of the blazer with the shoulder pads.
I was going to say that, shoulder pads.
And then, and they had to, like, perm or curl their hair to Kingdom Come first and Aquanet it. And I'm just like,
Aquanet is disgusting.
How'd you guys do that? For real?
I don't know. You know?
I'm so glad. But I remember in like the 90s having to wear stirrup leggings.
Oh, I never got those. I always saw other people wearing them.
Glad you didn't get stirrup leggings.
Did they pull them off? Did the stirrups pull them down?
Yes. So the point of the stirrup was to go on the ankle and then it went under your heel.
Yeah.
And connected to the other side. It was horrible and stupid. Yeah. It was horrible and stupid.
Bash and torture.
Oh my gosh. I had like a sweater. There was like a knee-length sweater. It was like pink and a certain like really light pastel green. And it was totally 90s in nature. And then like I had the matching light pastel green stirrup leggings. Yes. And then my mom would curl my bangs, you know, in the one giant curl.
With the giant barrel. Oh, what size was that? 2 inches?
I know. So then I'd have the bang right here.
That almost hits you in the eyelashes.
That goes down all the way.
Yeah.
And then the rest of my hair would be put up, and then I'd have a big bow put in.
Oh, I was the queen of bows.
With the metal clip.
Oh.
With the metal clip.
Yep.
Where you have to pinch both sides to release it. Like that metal clip.
I'm trying to think. Oh.
Not just like cute, like Not like the birdie beak kind like we have now that we can just pop into our girls' hair, but like the kind that you have to like, it's got like all the wires and pieces and then you like, it actually snaps together.
Oh, I don't think I ever.
Oh, then you didn't
was acquainted
live
with those. I guess I didn't miss out. Great. Okay.
No, you just be thankful.
No, I was the queen of like the little, like the one-handed clips. You can get those.
Yes.
Those, yes. I did my hair, and I must have had like 6 or 8 of them. I would put my hair up in a ponytail, and then I'd take a comb. I would comb
yes, after
all
it was
the
in the
bumps to the back, and then, since I didn't want to look at them in the mirror, I would take my clips and like make this like halo all around my head of clips that would like keep them there, and then I'd take a bow and I'd stick it on top on my ponytail.
There you go.
And then I'd take hairspray and I would give myself a helmet.
There are no flyaways here today.
Oh,
no
I could not
flyaways here.
have any sort of that. And then, we do school pictures and Mom's like, hey, you need to have your hair down for this. And parted to the side with a bow. And it was staticky and like sticking to my face. And that to me was like nails on a chalkboard. It was hilarious. It was awful. It's
That's
like,
hilarious.
Can I be done? And I wanted to touch
so
my
bad.
hair and tuck it behind my ears, but I couldn't. I wasn't allowed.
Because you weren't allowed. And you're so... Well, there's like 2 different kinds of children on school picture day. Mm-hmm. Like the ones that are like, my mom said I am not allowed to breathe or touch my hair or get anything on my shirt.
Until all this is over.
Until it's done. And then they are perfect. Mm-hmm. And then there's like another kind of person that just didn't care. Yeah. And then they got in trouble because their hair was totally messed up and totally like awful. And yeah. I mean, I'll be honest though, for school pictures, I've totally been the one that's like, keep your hair nice, smile nicely, take your glasses off, do all the things. I've been that one. And then I know a couple moms who have been brave enough to be like, I let my children pick out their own outfits for school picture day. And I'm like, you are brave.
Yes.
What was epic though was like my husband's pictures.
Oh.
From like the mid 90s. And he had like the bowl cut.
Oh.
Like they all had.
The bowl cut, yes. Yes.
And when you're...
And the opera curtain. What? I don't know if anyone else called it an opera curtain. That's what I called it. I don't know how. But it's like the part in the middle of the bangs. Like, in Sync, they all had it. Like, the boy bands, they all had the opera curtain happening.
Yes. So my husband's hair was like bowl cut, and then for his school pictures, it would be parted down the middle. Oh, no. And then like smooth. The front would be parted. It'd be like open on his forehead, but like parted to the side, and then like gel.
Part the waters.
Because you can't just leave it. You gotta throw gel on it too.
Oh,
and like my husband was one of the cool kids.
Yeah. 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 You gotta wear the gel. You're a cool kid. You have to wear gel.
The gel.
Like a slap it on.
And that was like the baggy legging, not the baggy jeans days.
Oh, that are falling off your butt, and you watch them try and run. They do this awkward penguin waddle, grabbing the crotch of their pants because they're falling down. I didn't understand that.
I didn't understand that. And I think my husband only had like 1 pair of baggy jeans.
Yeah.
And he felt really cool. But he was an athlete, so he couldn't... They didn't jive.
Right.
With his, like... life. And so I don't think he... I mean, he always wore fashionable clothes, but like, he wasn't one of the ones with the jeans that were literally like... elephant pants that you could have gotten into with them.
Both legs into one.
I remember a few kids like that.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I do. Yeah,
oh, boy. Oh, man.
Oh, man. Happy April.
I know.
Happy April.
I am so glad.
Yeah.
That it's...
April?
Yeah.
Oh, God bless.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
That it's not winter anymore.
Mm-hmm. There may be a few of the weather, but hey, it's on its way out.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I saw this hilarious video about like winter leaving and spring coming.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy, he would pretended to be spring and winter and like them fighting. It was really funny. It was really, really funny. Mm-hmm. I love it. But I mean, it is full on spring now. It's not like...
What's...
But spring kind of has...
I don't know.
emotional
I feel like
sometimes.
Yeah,
and it decides
spring
it wants
has
to be
arguments
winter.
with winter when it starts out. No, I'm in charge. No, I am. Spring's like, what? I just made it almost 80 degrees. And summer's like, I'm coming.
Right.
Okay, never mind.
Well, that's the thing with spring, is it can be freezing and snow until June, or
blazing hot.
it can be 87 degrees all of a sudden.
And then next week you have a blizzard. So it's kind of like an upset stomach.
I know a lot of people that love spring.
I do.
And I
really do.
I love spring too, but there are times where I'm just like, make
just
up
decide.
your mind.
Decide. No, I love spring when you can feel the change in the air.
Yes.
The bite goes away and this balminess comes back, and then you start to hear robins in the morning. And, the grass starts to get green, and for the short while, fields by the highway are green before they are eternally brown.
Yes. Well, and the buds on the trees and like the tulips coming out.
The crocuses.
I love that.
I really like that.
No, my mom's always had tulips, and so they're like the first.
Oh, fun. And
the first little guys out.
I miss daffodils.
No, I know. I love flowers. I can't really have. Well, no, I can have flowers in my house. Yeah. I live in a very weird kind of dirt. Like our dirt's not normal, and so you can't. Like lilies do really good.
Oh, that's cool.
Surprisingly, very good at our house. But like, I love iris. They're my favorite.
Yeah.
So, I have a greenhouse.
Just
I might just plant them in my greenhouse.
Do it.
And just be like, I'm going to plant iris in my greenhouse and just
go in there and sit by it.
Yes. Well, they smell so good. They smell so good. Oh, and yes, with the coffee. The coffee is a must. I still think it's hilarious that like you didn't drink coffee.
No. Well, and I think, no, I didn't. I was doing, black tea. And I went on sugar fast a couple times, which that was really good because turns out I was eating a lot of sugary things. My body was not happy when I went on the sugar fast. And it wasn't like a let's cut it all out because, oh my gosh, what am I going to eat? That's just too much stress.
Right.
For that sort of thing.
Right.
But, I don't know. Then I was like, well, I can't put sugar in my tea, but I want tea. So I guess I'm going to get used to the flavor of black tea.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It just sucks all the joy right out of life.
But when you're sick,
and
you're like, I'm tired and I'm sick and I need caffeine and, well, here we go. This is going to take all day to get through this. But it was really helpful. So I think that's a very slow on-ramp. But I don't know. I think for the longest time, I was scared of what coffee would do to my intestines.
Oh, okay.
Coffee makes you poop. But for the longest time, I thought regular coffee, really did a number. But I think it was actually decaf.
Oh, no. Oh, that's funny.
Now that I've switched over, it's, not as much of an issue.
That's hysterical.
Because I know, I can't cite anything, but I think the process is different. How they treat the beans. The coffee beans.
Oh, well,
decaf, caffeinated, whatever. So, taste is different in the way it... Yeah. So...
Oh, and see, my husband thinks that, decaf coffee is a crime.
I think my husband also, he's like, why?
What is the...
There's no point. There's no point.
What is the purpose of decaf coffee?
Just go drink tea.
Yeah, he just is like, why would you do such a thing? Why would you? For those of us who are terrified by regulars, it's because it's what we can do. That's hysterical.
This is as much coffee as my bravery can have courage
funny.
For. I don't know. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. No, life is good. Life is busy.
Yeah.
Oh my, yes. Yeah.
Well, it always ushers in, this time of year, ushers in a different level of being busy.
Yes.
Because then you have all your outdoor things that start, and they have to be done by August.
Right. So there is kind of a, ticking clock.
It does feel like that. And that's kind of a bummer.
Even if there is nothing.
Right.
Maybe in the past you had stuff.
Right.
And maybe you don't this year and sweet, I'm going to take it off.
Right. And you kind of
and your
still
brain's
feel like
no,
you've got to get this
remember.
done. And then like for those people with children in school,
Yeah.
they're like, we only have summertime to accomplish X, Y, and Z.
I don't like that feeling.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. And I feel like that's part of the beauty of being a child is you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
You just go along with what your parents are.
Well, and we were packing for a trip the other day, and I just took a minute to think about, what are my kids doing right now? They're watching a show. Mm-hmm. What do? We're going to go on a trip. Yay! We watch shows, we get ready, and we get in the car and go.
Right.
You don't have to worry about any.
They didn't have to pack that. This many pairs of underwear for everybody and this many outfits, and just in case there's an accident, then we have to bring another outfit.
Well, it's like the whole planning and preparing. Well, they did, here's your backpack, put toys in it. Mm-hmm. And let's jam our whole toy drawer.
Everything I own is in this backpack, Mom.
Oh,
yeah,
because you never know.
Yeah. My desk won't fit in my backpack, Mom.
Man.
I know. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
No, but it was good. It was like the first vacation we went on, just us as a family. Mm-hmm. And it was so refreshing and really wonderful. We just kind of got to take it at our own pace because we've gone on, vacations with grandparents, and that's awesome and it's been awesome, and it's nice to finally be able to just be us, take our little unit out and figure out, okay, how do we vacation? What does that look like? Like, okay, our kids are these ages. What do we need right now?
Right. Yeah.
And then kind of figure out how to make the vacation actually be restful.
Yes.
And not get home and need a vacation from the vacation.
Right.
Or have your hectic life.
Right.
Feel like a vacation from the vacation that you just went on.
Right.
I feel like that's pointless.
Right. I know.
And backwards.
Yes. I feel like a lot more vacations need to be us doing like nothing.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Just like a whole lot of go stay in the hotel.
We did nothing.
And stay in a hotel.
Yeah.
And sit and watch shows, watch movies. If they have a pool,
go to the pool,
play in the pool,
pizza, get, microwave popcorn, and just
like do nothing.
Just chill, because the everyday is so driven and hectic. Can be.
Oh,
unless you intentionally stop it.
Yeah.
It will be.
Well, no, it's like just
we need rest. We don't do well when we're always going. It's unhealthy.
No. And I don't think we were made to be that way.
No.
Quite frankly.
No.
I don't think we were made to be that way. Mm-mm. But it's like, we've hit the place too where we're monitoring like our weekends and things like that. And just being like, you know what? We're just going to take our weekend and like not do anything.
Yep.
And not do much. Because like what... I think we have to, because then people are running, and oh my gosh, there are some people that work. I mean, we know people personally who work 50, 60, 70 hours a week, or like highly stressful jobs, or are single parents, or are, you know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh. And so then you feel pressure on the weekends to like,
well, especially if you're
the
provider.
Yeah.
If your job takes you out of the house, you're home on the weekends usually, and the house needs stuff done.
Oh my gosh.
The family needs stuff. And so, I mean, traditionally growing up, that's what happened on the weekends. House projects. Home things. And I mean, if it needed to, in the evening during the week, which was a bummer. But hey, if something's broken,
right. Or lawns need mowed, and laundry needs finished, and XYZ.
But I think it is a really beautiful thing also to demonstrate to our kids, to take a weekend and say, you know what? I know that's there, but it can wait. That the lawn's not going to go nuts if it has to wait another week. Now, if you're in an HOA and they have rules or whatever, you got to figure that out.
That can be interesting,
Yes. I mean, you figure that out. But I think it's also, like, you don't always need to be in the kitchen washing the dishes. You don't have to have clean counters in order to have an effective household or to be a good mom.
Well, and I know, like, that's a stigma. And there's this stigma that, like, everybody should have and needs to have, perfect
Everything.
houses.
Inside, outside.
All the time, regardless of where you live, what you live in or whatever. Like, it should be perfect. And it's just like, you know what? That's not real.
It's not realistic.
It's not realistic. Come over to my house. Guess what's on my bar? 2 stacks of miscellaneous papers.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what's in those stacks of papers? Oh, I don't know. Like, pictures my kids colored that I don't know what to do with. Or, like, things that, bills.
Yeah. Oh, bills.
Or mail that came. Or, like, pictures that someone gave to me.
Or just... And random crumbs. And maybe
just sitting on my counter.
Cat claw, because, you know, you have cats and those show up.
Yes. And it's just like, so come to, like, realistically. You know what I mean? Like, it just, this is what people's houses look like. Go to a place where children are being raised. There's probably blue toothpaste.
It's going to
in the bathroom somewhere.
Like, I saw this. You and I both reposted this.
Yeah.
Whether Instagram or Facebook.
Yes.
Like, it's okay for your house to look like kids live there.
Right.
Because kids do.
Right.
And, you know, they're not always going to be there. It's not always going to be that way.
Well, right. Like, because even when they do live there, when they're 16, they won't have blue toothpaste.
They might have green, and they might still forget.
They might
smear
still,
here and there.
Because even some adults.
I've heard, like, it just kind of shifts.
Go into some adults' bathrooms, and they still have green toothpaste.
Yeah.
Smeared on their counter. Like, stop caring so much. And it's just like, you can't even rest. I know a ton of people, and this is no condemnation to anybody who operates this way, but, like, who will not sit down in the evening or go to bed until the sink is completely empty. And I'm just no! You know what?
Sanity. Like, there's some days I'm like, you know, what example are we showing our kids of cleaning up? I don't care. I'm so exhausted. I will deal with it tomorrow. But I think it's fine because it shows them the world is not going to end if there's a mess. In fact, the world is messy. Oh, and there will always be messes to clean up. So what's more important, people or messes?
Right.
Well, whatever. Things. Anyway.
Right. Well, it's just like, and I get that. And a lot of times I appreciate.
Well, and sometimes for your own sanity, you need to do that.
Oh, yes. I appreciate having the sink empty and
it's
the dishes washed and the dishwasher is full and it's running.
And you walk into the kitchen the next morning, you're just like, oh.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yeah, like the angels are singing because it's beautiful. But then there are days or nights.
Just not realistic.
And I'm not going to.
And sleep is more important.
I'm not going to stay up an extra however long.
No.
To, like, get the dishes washed. And the beautiful
they'll need
thing.
Washed again tomorrow.
Oh, it just doesn't stop. And that's my favorite thing. Is when we as moms are like, I need to get dishes done and laundry done. And I'm just like.
That's done for forever.
Guess what? It's never.
It's never
ever going to be done.
It's like figuring out how to pace yourself. And you know what? My mom said this, and it's so true. She's like, it took me years to figure out how to get those things, how to do them.
Yeah.
You know, what kind of a schedule or whatever. I'm still figuring it out. You know, buy more laundry baskets. Make a shelf. You have a new wardrobe. Hey, it's clean. It's clean. Fold it in half, stick it in the basket. 5 minutes. Hey, you did it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then get to it when you can.
No, it's so true. It is so true. And, like, one thing my sister is doing is laundry is her, like, least favorite thing in the whole entire world. And she realized that, like, if she got rid of more clothing,
you'd have less laundry.
Then it wouldn't just pile up and pile up and pile up and pile up because then, like, yes, you're still wearing the same amount of clothes. You're still wearing at least one outfit a day.
Right.
Obviously. But, like, it doesn't have the ability to pile up. Like it does when you have a ton more. And so she's, like, been getting rid of stuff left and right. She's like, oh, happy day. I'm just going to get rid of everything because I'm done doing laundry every 4 seconds. But, like, it's never going to actually stop.
No. And, like,
it's never going to stop. You're never going to be done. Like, you may be caught up for 5 minutes. Right.
Yeah. So maybe caught up. I don't even know what's the right word for that. Because you can't, so therefore you can't finish it. You could finish a load. Getting caught up on laundry, what does that mean? Does that mean anything? I don't think it means anything.
Well, right, because here's the deal. Even if you get all the stuff in the hamper, you still have clothes on your back, clothes on the back of everyone in your household, sheets currently on the bed, towels, dish towels.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, blankets from the couch.
Dude, I only wash them when when those things get desperate. Like, I could see food on that kitchen towel. I should probably wash it.
See, I take mine out probably once every like 3 days and wash them.
Oh, dude, no.
Because I have a big collection.
Yeah, my collection's a little small. I just wait, and you're like, you sniff the towel, you're like, it's acceptable. But you choose,
whatever.
You choose what you spend your time on.
Well, right, and I think that there are times when it's just important to like be like, you know what? Who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares today? The sink's full of dishes. We're all in our sweatpants. We're gonna go eat pizza and watch a movie with paper plates.
Thank you, Jesus.
And we're just gonna go to bed and not care because it's good for your soul. Like, and I'm not trying to be corny and ridiculous, but it's good for your soul.
Good for you.
Yeah,
it's
to
literally
just
good
let
for you.
go of some of those things that are just like. Now, granted, I get it. There are certain people that don't feel like they can function if they don't have a certain level of
orderliness or cleanliness or whatever.
Correct.
It is.
Yeah.
So this is going to vary per household, and it should.
Right.
It should.
Oh, that's the huge
Please
thing.
do.
Like
Please
everything should vary. The comparison and
there's no comparison.
No, you can't. The comparison in every area and like all this stuff, it's so toxic and like it's so nasty. You just compare to you. Like compare to
like you can look at yourself and go, wow, where was I 10 years ago?
Yeah,
you can do that. That's fine.
Right.
You have permission to do that. But comparing yourself to your friends, to your family, to the stranger, stop it.
Right.
Stop it right now.
Right.
Because it's not helping anybody. And there's actually no comparison whatsoever.
Well, I think because
no one's in the same situation.
We grow up in this. No, we grow up. We live currently.
Yeah.
Like in this, and some of us have grown up in this world of like social media, and then not just that, we've grown up in the HGTV world and like fixer-upper, where everything is perfect. You know what I mean? And like WWJGD, like what would Joanna Gaines do?
No.
And
yeah,
and it's just perfect and white, and clean and minimal. And there's no TVs anywhere. And like, you know what I mean? It's just like, there's open shelving, which that's my one thing where I'm like, don't get me started on open shelving. I get like one space of open shelving, but it's not my thing. If it's your thing, that's more than wonderful. And I love Joanna Gaines, but like we get lost and she like shows somebody their fixer-upper, right? And they're walking into this beautiful house, right?
It's so fun.
There's two things on the countertop. A bowl of lemons.
The house is staged. It's staged.
There's like
it's not
a bowl of lemons and a vase with a perfect green twig in it. You know, like a perfect green leafy.
Oh, yes.
And that's all. And like a cool wood cutting board maybe. And that's all that's on the countertops. And then everything is like picture perfect. Well, Joanna Gaines doesn't even live that way. Like nobody lives that way.
They stage things. It's called a stage. We just watched this episode of the show on Netflix. I don't remember what it's called. It's like Extraordinary Houses or something. And this giant metal house. I'm sorry, it's just awful. And I think the two people who are touring it, they're making it up. Like, they're speechless because it's so bad.
Oh no!
But they're on a show, so they have to make up how fabulous or whatever. But what I did love in it was that the lady was like, nobody's house really looks like this when they're in it. Everybody has cupboards that they shove everything into. So where are they? So she's like going along this corridor, like banging on these metal walls till she finds it, and sure enough, there's all those games like jammed in there or whatever. It's like I would have loved to see that house with life in it.
Right.
I think it would have added so much more. Well, so I think we need to remember that.
Well, because I've seen...
It's dead without people.
Like, Instagram posts of Joanna Gaines or, like, videos or whatever. And her kids are playing Legos on the table. And the whole table's covered in Legos. Yeah. Or, you know what I mean? Like, just the real life, like... Okay, so we've all seen whoever it is. Joanna Gaines, maybe other people on Instagram or from HGTV or from whoever. So we've all seen their perfectly styled pictures, but they're real people that have real lives that like really do things.
This is their job. This is their workplace. And so it's staged.
And so it's like they don't live that way either. Like their children put Legos on the table too. Yeah. Like they do. They just do. There are days where they don't make their beds or like it just is the reality of like it does not have to be perfection.
Or you forgot to do the load of laundry.
Right.
And so you know
or the basket of said laundry is sitting by the stairs and it just sits there for like
except I don't have stairs in my house. I have it's a laundry room and they just stack up. I'm like, well, hope nothing important's in there because it's really wrinkled by now.
I know, right? Oh my gosh.
That bottom basket.
That's the hard one when you're like, it's clothes and it's wrinkled.
Oh.
And then you can't just undo that.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's like, as long as you're not going to wear it to someplace important, it's getting folded and it's going in your drawer.
I 100% agree.
If you really want it unwrinkled, then put it on a hanger and spray it with water and just like hang it up in the bathroom. And if that doesn't work, just throw it in the laundry.
Well,
throw it in.
Back in the day,
I
ironed all of my dad's work shirts, and I did
too, and pants.
Yes,
shirts and pants.
And I would stand there in front. My parents had a TV in their room. And so I would stand there with my mom's ironing board from like 84.
Yeah, with the iron. Did you put water in it?
Yes!
Yeah! Did you have the thing of starch?
No, I didn't do starch.
Or did I starch the collars?
So then I would stand there watching TV for I don't even know how long.
Quite a long time.
Ironing my dad's. I didn't mind it. It was easy. It was totally easy work.
It was kind of fun. It's a little satisfying to see wrinkles disappear.
To see and then it was so sharp, like afterward. Yeah. And I would stand there for I don't even know how many hours and just iron his stuff.
Except if you got one wrinkle in there and then you ironed it. Like you didn't make sure the fabric was totally smoothed out.
And then it's like
stuck. Before you put the iron
and then it's stuck.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah. And I had an iron like when we first got married.
Me too.
I don't even
ironing board. I've not.
No.
I haven't used it. I used it like a few times our first year.
No.
And I was like, honey, do you want me to like iron all your shirts? He's like, you can if you want, but you don't have to. And I'm like, sweet. We're getting you iron-free shirts.
Gone is the day. Gone is the day. Because like the 50s housewife would...
You iron everything. The bed sheets.
They ironed, not just, okay, so I'm not talking about like oppressive stuff, honestly. That wasn't as common as people want to make it sound.
No.
But like, they ironed all of their husbands' clothes, and they ironed all of their clothes.
And their kids' clothes.
They ironed literally everything.
Well, and that to them was excellence. And they probably didn't have as many clothes in their closets as we do now, because a lot of them were handmade.
And so many of them, it was a simpler time.
Yes, so you did have more time.
You had a couple of house dresses, some really nice. Well, like back in the, and I kind of, can I be really like, I kind of miss this idea.
Yeah.
Where like going out to dinner was a thing.
It was an event.
You know, and
you
like
dressed up with your pearls and
like a dress, like a pretty dress, and like the hats that they would wear. Now I like a baseball hat and a ponytail. Like, thank you. Especially when you, like, haven't washed your hair in 3 days and it's literally 50% dry shampoo, you know?
Yeah, you kind of need, like, just view me from a distance.
And so you just, like, put the hat on. I like that. But, like, their hats. And then the men would dress up in their suits and, like, a pocket square. And just, like, just to go to dinner.
Yep.
I kind of miss that a little bit. Like, I kind of think that was beautiful and wonderful.
Well, I think back then, they had, I don't know, they knew there was, like, a sense of honor and like bringing honor to places and honoring people and like some dignity in there. I mean, yeah, chivalry too, but I just think like just respect, honor, and dignity in a way that you don't really see.
Right.
You don't see it today.
Right.
And I also feel like we each have a nugget of honor. How we display honor that is different from everybody else.
You know,
because
that's very
like
true.
Honor has, just like love, you know, God created honor. So it has many facets because God is infinite.
Right.
So we each have a facet of honor that we can display and we should bring. And that facet is awesome and really good. So discover what that is.
Right.
And shine it up.
Because it's kind of like a love language.
Yes.
In a way. Because honoring somebody like a gift giver is going to like be getting things for other people or like whatever. So I think it kind of goes hand in hand with that a little bit.
Well, how about this? Be who God created you to be. And that will include honor.
Right.
And that will include unity. And that will include considering others.
Right.
And it will also include you being totally free.
Right.
To move and live and breathe and be you.
Right.
Yeah. Because God includes all that stuff in his creations. He does.
Right.
He does.
Right.
So it's all good.
So that's I think, no. And that's, I think, brings me to...
Well, Easter is coming up this month.
It is. And, you know, whatever.
Yep.
It just is what it is.
Yep.
I'm not... There's a holiday every other week, it feels like. And, like, as the parents, you can kind of be
You're like,
trapped
just
into
put
the
on
whole...
clothes, kids.
You can kind of be trapped into the whole, like, ridiculousness of it's another holiday. I have to buy things. Do you know what I mean? Like, gift giving becomes this onerous thing that, like, has to be done every other month, it feels like, for a different holiday. And then you better make it special.
Which that's not what it should be.
No. So I'm kind of like, for like Easter baskets for my kids, I just got my girls like Dollar Tree nail polish.
That's great.
And a book for my son. And like, I got the girls also at the Dollar Tree. I was there like to get some like wrapping paper materials because they're super cheap there.
Yeah.
We found, my daughter and I, while we were there, these little fans. These like ornate little fan, like
they're really
a
pretty.
folding fan.
They're fabric.
And they're fabric fold. And my daughter was like, oh my gosh, these are the coolest things in the whole world. And so I snuck a few in to like my basket.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what a perfect little Easter basket trinket. You know what I mean? And it cost me $1. And they're going to think it's the coolest thing they've ever seen.
That's great.
And just make them really happy.
So great.
And I'm like, and that's about the extent of it.
Yeah.
And we do plastic eggs and we like put coins in them or like stickers or like a jelly bean.
One jelly bean for you. One jelly bean.
Well, they get candy from about 10 different sources.
Well, you kind of have to ration it so the sugar doesn't just explode.
I know. Because
or something. And then you're like, okay, we have to do the mom examination of all the sugar.
No, it's really...
Yeah.
So no, we don't... And my girls always dress up fancy. I make my son put on something like a button-up shirt. But like, it's just... I think my big thing is more Christmas. So when other holidays come, I just don't make it a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm like, just, we'll get our couple little things.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get $50 worth of gifts.
Oh, no.
You know?
We don't
like,
we don't even do any of that. We're just like, he's risen. He's risen indeed. We went to church. Talk about it.
Yay.
Some family's going to have some Easter dinner. We did it.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Like, that's what we do. We don't even...
Have you made resurrection rolls, though?
Oh, I heard about those with the marshmallow in them.
You have to do it.
That's fun.
It's like a fun treat. but it's an object lesson too.
Mm-hmm. Right, the marshmallow in the crescent roll.
In the crescent roll.
And then you bake it and it melts and there's a hole because
he is risen. So like, yeah, the marshmallow is Jesus and you like put him in the little crescent roll.
Buried.
Well, and then you do sugar and cinnamon because those are the spices they anointed his body with.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And then you fold up the tomb all around Jesus. And then he goes in for 3 days. He bakes in the oven for like 15 minutes. And then you pull him out.
Yeah.
And you open it up.
He is
not here.
He is risen.
That's kind of a fun one.
That's great. I forgot about that one. No, we haven't done that yet.
And it's super inexpensive.
Yeah.
Just a little tube of crescent rolls
and marshmallows. Do you use like normal size marshmallows or mini ones?
The larger are more of like the object lesson because it's one Jesus.
like 5
instead of 5 little like it's one Jesus and you just can like nicely put him in the tomb and then like
that's good.
And then though you have to watch what you bake it on. Because if any Jesus melts out,
Jesus, that's quotable.
It is caramel.
Oh,
and it will
just
stick.
glue.
It'll glue it. So like I got it at Ross for $2.99.
Yeah,
like a silicone baking.
Oh, yeah. Then you can just pop them right off.
Then they come right off.
You just put that on top of a normal baking sheet
on a cookie sheet.
Okay,
and like it was $2.99, and I think they sell them everywhere.
Oh, probably.
Or like if you have a silicone baking, even like a muffin tin.
Yeah,
you could just stick them in there.
I don't think I have any silicone.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that.
Because you can it wipes right off. But like, it is really convenient with the silicone because then it comes off. Because if you don't, it will glue. Mm-hmm. It will just hardening in 3 seconds. Like you don't even have 4 seconds to.
Jesus is powerful.
Jesus, all things. Yeah. So that's a fun little thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's inexpensive.
Yeah.
And it's easy.
Yeah.
And it's quick, but it's like it's like a treat.
No, that's good.
And it's like, but it's it's relevant. You know, it's not all about Easter bunnies and
yeah, we don't like to do
Cadbury eggs.
Right. Yes.
So, but how many churches and
everyone's,
cities do like egg hunts and stuff like that.
And whatever. Like it can be just a really fun. I think it's meant to be a really fun family time, and we love Jesus, so we want to focus and celebrate on the resurrection because that's. I mean, hey, he rose again because he finished the job. Right. That's proof that he did it. Right. So that's what we do. I don't know. Do we need to kind of wrap up? This is getting a little.
We probably should.
Long. But we had some Q&A.
And that one thing we kind of wanted to introduce was, if you have something specific you want us to talk about, please comment on Instagram, on Facebook. Send us a message on those places and just say, like, this is what I'd love for you guys to talk about. Yeah. And we will talk about it. Yeah. Because, like...
And depending on the topic, like, it might end up being an entire, a really big topic, or we plan on having kind of a shorter Q&A time towards the end of episodes. Right. So it'll either go in there, or it'll... Yes. It might be part of the main... Yes. The main episode, so we have some.
So the first one was mom community.
Yeah, maybe we'll just do one for...
So, and then maybe... Yeah. There's only... Okay, there's only one here. Sorry. Mom community. Yeah. How do you find it?
Cultivate it.
And how do you cultivate it? Like, what does that look like? Mom community. Yeah. I would love to say that it will fall in your lap. Mm-hmm. You have to do something.
You do. Because
you have to open yourself up.
Yes. Yes.
Which is
so hard.
And it can be...
Because you're in development. Yeah. And development is a very scary place to be. Right. Very vulnerable. Right. But it's also such an intense place, you don't want to do it alone. Right. Right. I don't think you can thrive doing it alone.
So if you're extroverts can have a little bit easier of a time with something like this. Mm-hmm. Introverts can even if a mom talks to you at a library or at a park, it can kind of be a little bit overwhelming.
Yes.
But I'll just encourage anybody that's in that position you have to open yourself up some.
You do.
I've said it before. I'll say it 100 times more. MOPS is great.
Yeah.
It is wonderful.
Yeah.
Because you can walk into a room, you go to the MOPS International website, you type in your general location, and they will find churches or MOPS groups around you. Most of the times they meet at a church. You do not have to be a member of that church
to attend. You
don't not even have to be a Christian to attend.
No.
All you have to do is be a mom. They just typically have them at churches. Sometimes they're at community centers,
right,
or different places.
Yeah.
All you have to do is go. Just go. They will greet you. They will welcome you. They will find a table of people that, like what we did at our group, was try to find a table of people with the children about the same age.
Oh, that's so nice.
In the same kind of life stages.
Right.
And then you sit.
Sitting.
And you may not know anybody.
Yeah.
But just a little bit of putting yourself out there is so huge and important. Because somebody's not going to just knock on your door and walk in and be like, hi, we're best friends.
Nope, not. I'm sure that might happen to somebody out there because anything can happen.
Yeah, it's possible, I suppose.
In general, it's not.
No. Small groups at church.
Yeah. Really
a
great.
lot of churches have small groups. That is a wonderful place to go to meet friends.
Yeah. Start your own group.
Yeah. Yes.
I know there's a group at our church of a mom, and she just started a mommy and me group a couple of years ago because there wasn't anything like that. And they just meet every week at a park. And it's a different park every time. And they just show up and your kids play. And there's no expectation, and there's conversation and encouragement.
Yes.
And whatever. But that's it.
Or like a reading club, like a book club.
Yeah.
If you wanted to start a book club, you could start something like that.
There's a book you want to read. With other moms or whatever. Yeah.
If you do homeschool, find homeschool groups in your area. Find homeschool pages on Facebook.
Yeah.
That you can become a part of, learn about, and then maybe go to like an event. At the library, you're sure to find other moms. And even if you just sit and chat that one time, and then you don't ever talk to them again.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. You sat and chatted the one time.
Good job.
High
five.
Exactly.
You did it.
There's so many different...
There's a lot of different ways. But be brave.
That's, I think, the big key. Be brave. It's gonna...
And you know what? You might just have energy for somebody coming over to your house, but you're terrified.
Yes.
Because you're a mess, and so's your house.
Yeah.
But if you have somebody, whether they, you know them very well or not, but they're consistently saying, I'll come over, I'll do your dishes, I'll help out, I'd love to come over. Let them over. Well, be brave and let them in and see what happens.
It takes bravery. And if there is somebody that walks in and has, let's just be frank about it, the audacity to kind of look down on you if your house
and judge you and say something.
Yes.
Then they're not. Then they don't need to.
They're a no, and it's not your problem.
No.
It's their problem.
Yeah.
So it takes bravery. I think that's ultimately it takes you putting yourself out in some degree.
In some way.
In some little degree. Parents at preschools.
Or you have a friend and you're like, help. Find me somebody.
Right. Right. No, it's a little bit of bravery.
But oh my gosh, it'll bring great dividends.
Well, and all of us have been the one that goes to somebody else's house and they're a hot mess.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And they're a hot mess more than we are, rather.
And we're more in a position to help. And then we get in a position we're the super hot mess.
Right. Well, and
then it's someone else's turn.
Don't judge.
No.
Walk
Just
in
period. Just
and
don't.
love them how they are.
Yeah.
Because the chances that they need a lot of help, they're feeling probably pretty broken.
Yep.
Or maybe they don't care. Because that's kind of the other thing. Like, you'll meet people, bless them, who just know that, like, whatever, my carpet is not clean. If you do not like it, you can shove it. You know what I mean? Like, and they are so content.
Yes.
And it's just like,
yes.
Do you love them or not? You know what I mean? Like, love them in their mess. Love them when it's clean. Love them when it's sloppy. Love them when it's great. Like,
yeah.
I think that's a key thing too, is like, I love you enough to, like, not care.
Yes.
Well, do you love me enough to not care? Because, like, let's not care.
Well, and I think, at least for you, that's helped show me that these things that seem to be wrecking my world are actually not that big, and they don't have all that power.
Right.
They don't need to have all that power.
Right.
So that's been awesome. So yeah, community.
It's vital.
It is. It is.
100.
Absolutely vital.
50% vital. 150% vital.
Yeah.
Like, crucially vital.
Well, and okay, so let's talk about the body, right? We've got eyes, ears, toes, nose, all different body parts. Body of Christ, same thing. Moms, same thing. We need each other. We are all moms we mom in a different way.
Yeah.
And we each have strengths and weaknesses that complement.
Right.
So we need that community. We need that body of moms to come together, and we get an even more beautiful and amazing, powerful picture of motherhood.
Right.
It's really good.
Because it's being there for others. They'll be there for you.
Yeah.
It's true love in action.
Yeah.
As in, like, I don't care what your mess looks like. I don't care what your victory looks like. I don't care what your neediness looks like. I don't care what your strength looks like. I will love you
no matter
in
what.
all of it.
Yes.
And I'll be there for you
and I'll
in
champion
all of
you.
it.
Yeah.
And then we do it for each other.
Yep.
Like, it's a giving and a taking, and like it's so important, because you need to know you're not alone.
Yes.
Other people go through the same kind of things. You need to be able to have somebody to call on if you need them. Even if it's just a quick text message saying, pray for me, please. Or if there's maybe a mom whose children are older, and you can go to them for genuine, what did you do?
Like advice. Like a bit of a mentor.
Yes.
Help.
Bible studies are another great place to go.
And find older.
And find companionship in general.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Women who might be mothers your same age with mothers with children your same age, mothers who are a little bit older with children who are a little bit older.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get some mamas and grandmamas too, who you can still actually really learn from.
Yes.
And like hear wisdom from them. And so I think, but it requires a little bit of bravery.
It does.
So, yes. Well, we love all of you. Have a good week and a good day.
And a good month.
It'll be good.
Yes, we promise. God is good. It will be good.
Well, even in the struggle,
there's
always something to be grateful for. Because sometimes we say that to people and they're like, but it's not.
Yeah.
It will.
I've been there. Oh my.
There's something that's good.
There is.
Find it.
There truly is.
See it.
Yeah. Focus on it, and it will help lift the rest.
Right.
Lift it up. It will. It will. I've done it.
Yeah.
I've been there.
So, have faith.
Yeah.
You can do it.
We say these things because we've done them. We've been in there. We're not preaching from some remote pulpit somewhere.
Right.
You should do this. No, we're like, sister, you can do this.
Yeah. No, you can. You can do it. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Have faith.
Yeah.
Choose joy.
Yeah.
Forget about the dishes in the sink.
It'll be good.
Yeah, and rest.
Yeah.
So, it'll be good.
Yeah. So, yes. Let us know what you want us to talk about.
Yes.
What questions you have. Topics, questions. Leave us a note or a comment on our Facebook, Simply Honest Motherhood, or our Instagram, @Simply Honest Motherhood. You can follow me, Kristi, on Facebook under Authentic Motherhood. I also have a YouTube channel called Authentic Motherhood, where I just have videos that are encouraging, or mom hacks, or postpartum hacks. And then I'm also on Instagram under @mama, MOMMA, .grace247. And then I also have a blog. The link to the blog is on my Instagram, and it's The Motherhood Revolution. We are bringing back motherhood. Take it back.
Yes.
Take it back.
Yes, yes. And then I'm on Instagram at mom_sense, CENTS, like money. So we pray you are blessed today.
Share this.
And moving forward, yes, share it with your friends and family if it blessed you.
Yes.
And yes, until next time.
We will talk to you later. You're awesome.